Ms. Schrock, give me a summary of what's transpired since the hearing that we had in January, where mother appeared to have moved to Florida, and we got an address of Robert Street in Jacksonville. But I got the impression that she was coming back to this area, at least to Macon, but I may have been mistaken about that impression. Tell me what's the status of what we're doing.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Schrock is speaking right now, please.
I did receive an update from Ms. Brains. From my understanding, the mother continues to live in Florida, and she's in Jacksonville, Florida. She is reportedly pregnant and due to give birth this month with twins. She is living in an apartment there. Ms. Brains reported some concerns about the conditions of the apartment. I'm not sure if she's seen the apartment through video chats with the mother, but she reported several concerns with the living conditions of the apartment that the mother's in. From what I understand, the mother has had a difficult pregnancy and has had some complications that have caused her to be on bed rest. And I don't know if that's the cause, but she's not working. She has been seeing the child through video chat, and they've been doing visitation like that, but there's been no face-to-face visitation other than for the child's. She did see the child for his birthday.
What, besides regular visitation, what did the case plan require of the mother? Stable housing, stable employment?
Yeah.
Were there any?
Yes, I'm going to locate the case plan now.
Complete psych eval and psychiatric evaluations, income, employment, stable housing, regular visitation, cooperate with any services afforded by DFACS. I haven't seen any reports of any evaluations.
Your Honor, I can speak to that.
Okay.
So I have not had any contact with Ms. Canston until a couple of days ago. Ms. Canston did forward to me an evaluation. I can forward that to the court and to Ms. Schrock. My only concern with the evaluation that I received is that this evaluation was done from the perspective of being looks like some sort of psychological evaluation as it would relate to Ms. Canston's ability to work or employment. It does not appear to address any issues related to parenting or childcare. I don't know if the court had a specific provider in mind or someone who was supposed to provide a psychological.
I think that case plan was formulated before she moved to Florida, so we didn't. Right. I have no clue who providers are in Florida.
I'm happy to send this to the court or to the parties. You tell me who you would like to have it, since it is a psychological.
Just circulate it to the counsel for the parties and to the court. And Ms. Canston, had you applied for Social Security disability benefits?
No, sir. I've been on SSI since I was 17 years old.
Okay.
My adopted mother signed me up for it.
Okay. Did Social Security, hold on a second, please. Did Social Security ask you to go see a doctor to update your qualifications to continue to get a check?
No, sir. I went due to looking for a job that I could do while I'm pregnant, but the pregnancy situation, it continued to worsen.
Okay. I understand the problems with the pregnancy, and I'm sorry about that. What I'm trying to get to is who sent you, if you quit talking while I'm talking, who sent you to that doctor for a report? Usually employers don't pay for you to go see a doctor to see if you're able to do your job. But they could, but they don't. I don't see that happening. So who got you to that doctor to find out whether you could work?
I was trying to finish answering that. I went to vocational rehabilitation through Social Security to ask them, could I have a mental evaluation for court based on the situation with my children, but also to help me find a job that I could do while I was currently pregnant. But they told me to wait till after the pregnancy, and they referred me to the people that gave the mental evaluation. I'm under the expectations of mental evaluation thoroughly, but
Okay.
based
Your
on
Honor, Your Honor, I can clarify for you the question. Ms. Canston did provide a letter, I forwarded to the guardian ad litem, dated July 11th, 2023, from the Social Security Administration. It is a benefit verification letter that states beginning June 2023, she will receive SSI payments in the amount of $914 a month.
Okay. Do you want to tender that into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, I can.
Any objection?
I'll circulate that now.
No objection, Your Honor.
far as the housing situation, I got that apartment under the intentions that it's a nice neighborhood, but the windows got busted out twice. So I'm in the process of finding other places. I will be moving into Brentwood Lake Apartments in less than 90 days. That is a based on income apartment, 2-bedroom, 2 full bath, and that's a nice neighborhood. Crime rate is low, but the apartment that I moved into, I didn't know the crime rate was really bad. So I'm not allowing my son in that environment, in that area at all. So I informed Miss Sandra Turner that the living conditions and everything, and that the landlord refused to fix the windows for a second time. The windows got busted out around July the 4th, the second time, and he said, I'm not fixing the windows. So there are currently 5 windows busted out in that apartment. I don't like the area. I did not know about that when I moved in. I've been in there for a while. But I'm not staying there long. Thank God an apartment came through. They said I'll be moving in less than 90 days.
Do you have family in Jacksonville?
No, sir. Well, I do, but I don't associate with those blood relatives because they are not on the right path with God, and they're not good. The family members I do have, they're not blood, but they're very supportive. So I have a big support group here in Jacksonville, Florida, and I did inform the courts that I was leaving Georgia before January. I made sure I told everybody that I'm not living in Georgia. I cannot live in Georgia. It is too much trauma. It triggers my PTSD and my mental problems. I am mentally stable down here. The only time I have mental breakdowns is when I'm stressed out or having a panic and anxiety attack about stressing about my daughter. But other than that, I don't go through any problems. For us trying to get help with a mental health care provider, that has been easier said than done due to the insurance issues I've been having down here. Come to find out, it's just the whole entire state is going through that with their insurance getting cut off. I sent a paperwork in to Miss Crane's email that showing that the baby is approved for Medicaid, but I'm not eligible for Medicaid. So I'm still trying to fix that, but it's out of my hands. I have made an appointment to see a psychiatrist and a therapist, cardiologist, pulmonologist, neurologist as well, because I have some neurology issues that I've been going through. And I just want to make sure it's not signs. The hospital referred me to a neurologist because they said I was having signs. It could be seizures, but mild seizures, but I'm not sure. But I have had head injuries in the past that could be a result of my neurology issues and my blackouts. But I've been doing everything I can do down here. I can't change how the system changed since I left.
Is Department of Children and Families working with you about your children that are the twins that you're having a difficult pregnancy with?
No, sir. No one is involved with this pregnancy. I did not ask for this pregnancy. I was raped by two dudes when I went to Georgia to when I went to go bury my brother. I just do not believe in abortions. I did talk to an adoption agency because I didn't want the babies. I didn't want them. I just wanted my two back that I already have. And due to communication with Miss Sandra and my pastor, I was able to cope and get through and accept the pregnancy and accept the twins, and I will be keeping them now.
When are you due?
So, sir,
When are you due to deliver?
any day now, because I just had a contraction when I came out to the car. That's why my face expression was a little and I also had a contraction yesterday. Any day now. I don't know when.
You know where
But
Mr. Waters is?
Yeah, sir, come again.
You know where Mr. Waters is, the gentleman who was identified as the biological father.
Yes,
No.
he does. You know, yes, you do. You know where he's at. He's in Macon for
Okay.
for Morris.
But the biological fathers of the twins, I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
sorry. I didn't make that clear. I was talking about a Morrison, the child we're talking about.
Morrison, yes, he does.
Macon, Georgia.
Okay. You mentioned your Morrison, your son, and you mentioned a daughter. How old is your daughter?
She's 3 now.
Where does she live?
In Macon, Georgia, with my sister, Montree Spencer.
Okay. She came and testified at the hearing, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Yes,
One of the hearings.
illegally she did.
Yeah. Okay.
Illegally she did. She got that information illegally.
Okay.
The
Well,
which is really messed up. It's in the past, but it's all good.
all right. You're did you say 2 months away from being in a new place that you think will be better suited?
They said less than 90 days.
Okay, so 2 or 3 months. And you're not coming back to this area.
Never.
And, so
I will
how
come
are you
visit.
gonna?
I will come visit and travel. I have my permit. I'm working on getting my license.
Okay.
I'm just waiting on my pastor's car to get fixed so I can go take my driver's test.
Okay.
But I will never move back to Georgia.
Okay, you told me that. What I'm seeing that we need to do is give another court date in 6 months. Will give you time to get situated in your new place and start making some face-to-face visits and see how you're doing. Does that work for you?
Yes, sir. Me and Miss Sandra was talking about that, and we it's best that I wait till after the twins are born.
Sure.
The complications was already started when I came up for a Morrison birthday, which was a really good, successful birthday. It was bittersweet, but due to my daughter being there as well and seeing her go through her trauma. So it was a great visit, but it was a little bittersweet due to seeing her struggle.
All right. So I'm going to ask my clerk to give me a date in January. That'll give you time to have had the babies, get them situated, you get situated in your new home and get settled, and then we'll see how things are going in January. Okay?
Okay. Yes, sir. I also wanted to ask when visitation does start back with my daughter, if I can have on the case files stating that a Morrison can come to visitation with my daughter, and that will give me and Miss Sandra time, and Miss Sandra can watch the twins while I'm having visitation with Maraja and Morrison. When the visitation do start back up with Maraja.
Well, that may, I don't have any, I don't know anything about your 3-year-old, and I'm hoping that the 2 new twins will be healthy and not have any special needs that will complicate who all is looking after everybody, because you're going to have a bunch of babies at a visitation. And I'm not opposed to supervise that as long as Ms. Raines is there and supervising. Now, I got the impression from some things you said at the last, what I remember from the last hearing where your sister testified and what you just said, I've gotten the impression you're not on the best of terms with her. So she's not, I don't have any authority to tell her when to show up for visits. So
I understand that. That's all through the court systems. They terminated my visitation with my daughter. But I just got finished filing some paperwork and sent that off yesterday to Nashville, Tennessee courts. And when that paperwork comes back, I'm going to ask my attorney that is for Maraja to open up to request a court hearing in Macon, Georgia, for me to start back my visitation and for them to force them to check her hymen so she can get out of danger, so she can have a proper, healthy mental life.
okay, well, I can't, in theory, I don't have any problem with those siblings seeing each other in a supervised visit setting, but since I don't have any authority to make that child come to any visits or the
I
mother,
understand.
then I think we need to concentrate on you visiting with Morrison and letting Morrison meet his new stepbrother and sister, the two twins.
Yes.
Okay.
2 girls.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
I
I was
hope
just
all that
asking
goes
ahead
well.
of time.
Okay, that's
Um,
fine. But I don't, there's nothing really for me to rule on about that.
That's understandable. I just want to keep y'all informed ahead of time.
Okay. All right. Well, January 22nd and we'll do it on Zoom since you're still in Florida.
Yes, sir.
And your visits will be supervised and y'all arrange for them. And you know, the Zoom, the face-to-face on the internet is fine, but I want you to, when you get over your pregnancy limitations, health-wise,
Definitely going to
I
see
want
my
you to
son.
get your license so you can come up with a dependable car. You don't need to be traveling with babies and have car trouble, and get up
Right.
there and spend some time with a Morrison, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all on January. Hope you have a good holiday season. Before you know it, Thanksgiving and Christmas will be here.
It sure
sir.
will. Is there a particular time in January?
Yes,
they'll
January the 22nd at 10 o'clock on Zoom.
at 10 a.m.
We will mail you a copy of this. Ms. Raines, do we still have your same address? It has not
At
changed.
Stockbridge.
Ms.
Yes.
Canston, you said you're going to be moving in 2 or 3 months. Right now, I've got you at 26 Florida.
Judge, she's gone.
Oh, well, as far as you know, is that still her address, Ms. Crane?
No. She sent me a
Your
couple
Honor,
of addresses.
sorry. I
I do apologize.
have a lease that she's provided, and I forwarded that to Ms. Schrock, and I can forward that to the court, or I can give you the address right now.
Just
That's
give us the
on there.
address and,
Okay, let me pull that up.
well, that was just in January. She's already moved and she's getting ready to move again.
Jacksonville. Okay.
No.
Jacksonville, Florida.
I'll go for that one.
And
322.
Ms. Raines will send you a copy of this to
She
your
sent me
address.
to-
I'm sorry?
Okay. And she sent me 2 other addresses too.
Well, those may be the upcoming when she moves to the 2-bedroom, 2-bath in a good neighborhood. How does the landlord, unless she broke out her own windows, how does the landlord refuse to repair broken windows? I don't understand that, but she definitely is in a suspect neighborhood if she's got a landlord who won't make repairs. Maybe he's saving on air conditioning by letting the windows stay broken so that she gets fresh air. Do you have any knowledge, Ms. Raines, as to whether any of the one we have and the 2 you have, which one is correct?
Judge, she also just fell off.
Oh, nice. I think Ms. Crane is going to be responsible for teaching Zoom etiquette to all of our non-lawyer participants.
Thanks.
I second that.
God, I mean, it would take 15 minutes waiting for her to get ready for the hearing.
Well, that's okay, because the
She's
placement
ordering lunch.
the placement was driving the entire time, Your Honor. So, there's that.
I couldn't tell anybody. It looked like there were broken